All right, let's watch. Elon Musk reveals the new goals for
bought Twitter because he used Twitter. It's as simple as that, and he was infuriated by Twitter's effort to silence people on the internet. That's how strongly he believed in free speech. He paid $44 billion and immediately lost tens of billions of dollars doing it. And when he took over and looked behind the curtain, he discovered Twitter was really a tool of the global intel agencies to spy on people and emit propaganda. Here it is. You bought Twitter famously. You've got a lot of other businesses and a lot going on.
Yes.
You said you bought it because you believe in speech, free speech. You've had a lot of hassle since you bought it. And
Yeah. Suck this immigrant billionaire's dick, Mr. White working class defender of rights. First of all, he didn't buy Twitter because he cared about free speech. He bought Twitter because he was forced to buy Twitter because he thought he could like meme his way out of it. Okay. Secondly, since then, he has not done a single thing that is remotely pro-free speech. How dare you?
in retrospect, was it worth buying it?
I mean, it remains to be seen as to whether this was financially smart. Currently, it is not. We just revalued the company at less than half of the acquisition price.
Did you really?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, my timing was terrible for when the offer was made, because it was right before advertising plummeted, and
you cut the high water mark, I noticed.
Yeah. So I must be a real genius here. My timing is amazing, since if I had bought it for at least twice as much as it should have been bought for. But some things are priceless, and so whether I lose money or not, that is a secondary issue compared to ensuring the strength of democracy, and free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy.
Yes.
And the speech needs to be as transparent and truthful as possible. So we've got a huge push.
No one forced you to buy it, dumbass. No. You're wrong. The Delaware courts absolutely forced him to buy it. So you're wrong. I mean, no one forced him to sign the contract originally. But definitely, certainly someone did force him to buy Twitter. That was the beautiful Delaware courts that said, no, you have to buy Twitter, or, like you said you would, or pay $1 billion to Twitter for violating the contract, which was awesome, because I'm not kidding. He would have been better off if he just paid off that $1 billion. I'm not even kidding. I'm almost certain that he would have been better off if he just paid that $1 billion and just fucking moved on. His net worth has been halved in the process. Not half, but like he's lost a significant chunk of his net worth in that process. He didn't actually have that option. No, I thought there was a contract violation penalty, which would have been higher than $1 billion in general. The $1 billion penalty wasn't just if he wanted to pull out. If it was only if something else came up that would stop it. Are you sure about that? Every one of these, every finance person I talked to said that there's always a carve out, and that they were speaking on it as though there certainly was a $1 billion penalty for like wasting someone's time. Man hasn't recovered to 40K viewers. Yeah, I should just stop doing what I'm doing. I can't believe I only have 29,581 viewers.
On Twitter to be as truthful as possible. We've got this community notes feature, which is great.
It is great.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I saw it this morning.
yeah.
It was far more honest than the New York Times.
It's great.
Yeah.
We put a lot of effort to ensuring that Community Notes does not get gamed or have biases. It is simply cares about what is the most accurate thing. And sometimes truth can be a little bit elusive, but you can still aspire to get closer to it.
Yes.
And so, and I think the effect of Community Notes is more powerful than people may realize, because once people know that they could get noted, community noted on Twitter, then they'll think more carefully about what they say. There are likely, it's an encouragement to be more truthful and less deceptive.
When you jumped into this, though, when you bought it, did you understand? Well, clearly you understood its importance. You wouldn't have bought it.
Twitter, yes.
Right. But it's not the biggest, but it's the most important of the social media companies. But
This man has been community noted more than anyone else. Like anytime he's not reposting some shitty 9gag meme after cleverly editing like the watermark out or whatever, cropping out the watermark. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. I take that back. Half the time, even his fucking shitty divorced dad memes get community noted because it features like some level of misinformation. He can't walk away from his deal to acquire Twitter by paying the agreed upon $1 billion breakup fee. It's not that simple. Oh, a reverse breakup fee paid from buyer to target applies if there's an outside reason a deal can't close, such as regulatory intermediation or third-party financing concerns. A buyer can also walk if there's fraud, assuming the discovery of incorrect information is so-called material adverse effect. That's why he tried to do the bot thing. So he would have ate the $1 billion punishment on top of like, but he would still need to find something. He would still need to find any reason to be able to like break away from the contract, and he still would have paid the $1 billion fee, and he tried desperately to do so. And they couldn't fucking come up with like a reasonable thing that like provided material adverse effect. Because he knew that like there were bots when he was buying. He very deliberately and very specifically said one of the biggest problems with Twitter is bots before he bought the fucking platform. And then he said, "Oh no, I'm 100% going to buy this platform, sign off." And then he tried to say, "Oh, the bots are actually a big problem." Bitch, you know the bots exist, you can't, and you signed off on it. You can't fucking turn around and now say, well, I know I signed off on the bots, the full knowledge that the bots exist. And said I would buy the platform regardless. But now I feel like the bot's existence is causing a material adverse effect. It's built into it. Its revenue is still the same.
But did you understand the kind of ferocity you'd be facing, the attacks you'd be facing from power centers in the country?
I thought there'd probably be some negative reactions, yes. So I'm sure everyone would not be pleased with it.
Man, this guy's such a champion of the workers. This Tucker Carlson guy, big champion of the working class. You know, I'm always doing direct PR for one of the richest people on the planet, who was the richest person on the planet until he made this like incredibly idiotic decision.
But at the end of the day, if the public is happy with it, that's what matters. And the public will speak with their actions.
The public is literally not happy with it.
If they find Twitter to be useful, they will use it more. And if they find it to be not useful, they will use it less. If they find it to be the best source of truth, I think they will use it more. Now there's obviously a lot of organizations that are used to having sort of unfettered influence on Twitter that no longer have that.
Well, you stripped the New York Times of their badge this morning, and then you called them diarrhea. You did. I'm just quoting you. You described their Twitter feed as diarrhea.
I said it's the Twitter equivalent of diarrhea.
Okay, it's not literally diarrhea, but
no, it's it's a metaphor, but an accurate one. So, I mean, if you look at at NY Times Twitter feed, it's unreadable. It's like because what they do is they tweet every single article, even the ones that are boring, even ones that don't make it into the paper. So,
dude, what is happening? Like, this fucking piece of shit was never even a good poster to begin with. Like, I mean, fuck the New York Times and fuck their Twitter page, but it's so odd that like who made him the guy who knows posts? Like what? Because he bought Twitter, like he automatically knows what good posts are? Like he's probably the most famous awful poster. God, I absolutely despise this, man. I hate how much people dick ride him still. People love dick riding mediocre shitheads, dude. I swear to God. This is probably what my haters think about me. Okay? I assume. When they're like, they see all of you guys defending me and supporting me, and they're like, fuck this Hasan guy. I hate him so much. I can't believe these motherfuckers like defend him. And you get like bloodthirsty. I get it. I understand. Where my fucking haters are coming from. Except the difference is like I am nowhere near as fucking omega cringe as Elon is, or as powerful. The reason why you hate me is because I'm very similar to you in many respects.
So it's just nonstop, zillion tweets a day with no. They really should just be saying like, what are the top tweets?
Yes.
Like, what are the big stories of the day? I don't know. Put out like 10 or something. So some number that's manageable. As opposed to right now, if you were to follow NY Times on Twitter, you're going to get barraged with like hundreds of tweets a day.
Yeah.
And your whole feed will be filled with NY Times. So. This is something I would recommend actually for all publications, which is for your primary feed, only put out your best stuff. I think I know a thing or two about how to use Twitter because I was the most interacted with account on the whole system before the acquisition, before the acquisition closed. I didn't have the most number of followers, but I had the most number of interactions, and so I clearly know something about how to use Twitter. People's attention is limited.
I don't know what to say about this. Like, this is so pathetic. He said, I know a thing or two about engagement. I'm one of the most prolific users of the platform. Yes, bro, you're mentally ill. I say this as a mentally ill person who's also a prolific Twitter user who understands the platform very well. Why the fuck are you on Tucker Carlson and be like, dude, dog, you don't understand how mentally ill I am. Okay? My mental illness is out of control. It's crazy. Guess what, though? Out of two mentally ill people, only one person bought Twitter for $44 billion, a platform that is now worth half of that. Who now spends most of his time just posting epic memes that he found on 9gag.
limited. So just
on autism isn't a mental illness. Man, I'm not talking about autism. Okay? There are plenty of autistic people that don't fucking post. Okay? There's something else. There's a different kind of like insanity that forces you constantly to fucking post on Twitter. And I say forces, like you can't stop it.
just make sure you put the stuff that's most important there.
So because, you and people like you do interact on Twitter, it's obviously enormously powerful in shaping public opinion. It's where a lot of ideas and trends are incubated.
Yeah.
That's why you
Absolutely.
bought it. It's also a magnet for intel agencies from around the world. And
yes.
One of the things we learned after you started opening the books is that they were exerting influence from within Twitter.
I mean, it was absurd.
Did you know that going in?
No. Since I've been a heavy Twitter user since 2009, it's sort of like I'm in the matrix. I mean, I can see like do things feel right? Do they not feel right? What tweets am I being shown as recommended? I get a feel like what accounts are making comments. Where are the comments eerily similar?
Yeah.
And then you look at the account, and it's just obviously a fake photo, and it's just obviously a bot cluster
Yes.
over and over again. So I started to get like just more and more uneasy about the Twitter situation. I was starting to feel like something's wrong in the state of Denmark here. There's something feels wrong about the platform. It seemed to be just drifting in a. I couldn't place it exactly. Just it felt like it was drifting in a bad direction. So then I was like. And my conversations with the board and management seem to confirm my intuition about that. But basically, I was convinced these guys do not care about fixing Twitter, and I had a bad feeling about where I was headed based on the conversations I had with them. So then it was like, you know what, I'll try acquiring it and see if acquiring it is possible. Now, I didn't have enough cash to acquire it, so I would need support from others.
God, I love this. This is extremely my shit. Turns out, I still like watching Elon Musk be a fucking bumbling baboon on camera. Elon Musk's the living, breathing personification of the idea that meritocracy is a lie. Okay. The concept of meritocracy is absolutely dumpstered, eviscerated. When you take one look at Elon Musk, talk about anything, okay? Like, this man supposedly runs companies, okay? All he's doing is tweeting. The shittiest memes. Everything he said right now is a lie. About how he's like, oh man, I really wanted to make sure, I saw free speech is under attack. That's why I bought it. It's just a lie. Tucker Carlson, of course, is, supposed to call him out, but he won't because he's a pussy. He's a bitch. But he's not even doing PR that well. Like, think about it. Think about purchasing Twitter for $44 billion and then trying to justify that decision. You got owned. You got fucking so super omega owned. You got super duper owned. There's no way you can do PR around that. That's it.
From some of the existing investors, I would also need like a lot of debt. And so it wasn't clear to me whether an acquisition would succeed, but I thought I would try. And ultimately, it did succeed. Anyway, here we are.
But when you got there and all of a sudden you own it and all the data on the servers belongs to you. And
it belongs to the people in my view, but yes.
But you can see what it is, and you can
yes.
see what they've been doing, and you can see who's been working there. You were shocked to find out that various intel agencies were affecting its operations?
The degree to which various government agencies had effectively had full access to everything that was going on Twitter blew my mind. I was not aware of that.
Would that include people's DMs?
Yes. Yes, because the DMs are not encrypted. So one of the things that we're about to release is the ability to encrypt your DMs.
That's pretty heavy duty, though, because a lot of well-known people, reporters talking to their sources, government officials, the richest people in the world, they're DMing each other. And the assumption, obviously, it was incorrect, but was that that's private, but that was being read by various governments?
Yeah, that seems to be, yes.
Yeah, and I gave all of that access to Matt Taibbi, whom I no longer like and have unfollowed. Tucker should ask if they're still doing it and then watch him fucking tap dance so that Tucker can also turn around and tap dance on his dick like he's been doing this entire time.
It's scary.
Yes, it is. Like I said, we're moving to have the DMs be optionally encrypted. I mean, there's like a lot of DM conversations which are, just chatting with friends. It's not important.
Of course.
It's hopefully coming out later this month, but no later than next month, is the ability to toggle encryption on or off. So if you are in a conversation you think is sensitive, you can just toggle encryption on, and then no one at Twitter can see what you're talking about. They could put a gun to my head and I couldn't tell. I couldn't. That's sort of the gun to the head test. If somebody puts a gun to my head, and can I still not see your DMs? That's the acid test.
Yes.
And that's how it should be if you want your.
Have you had complaints from various governments about doing this?
I haven't had direct complaints to me. I've had sort of like some indirect complaints. I think people are a little concerned about complaining to me directly in case I tweet about it. They're like, uh-oh. So they're sort of trying to be more roundabout than that. I mean, if I got something that was unconstitutional from the U.S. government, I would say, my reply would be to send them a copy of the, First Amendment, and just say, like, what part of this are we getting wrong?
You have a lot of government contracts.
What part of this are we getting wrong? Please tell me.
I mean, it's no, I'm just saying, but you're kind of exposed in your other businesses. So this is, just in case our viewers aren't following this, you're not just like a journalist taking a stand on behalf of the First Amendment. You're a guy with big government contracts giving the finger to the government. Do you think Twitter will be as central to this presidential campaign as it was in the last several?
I think it will play a significant role in elections, not just domestically, but internationally.
I haven't covered Matt Walsh's hacked Twitter account yet, but there's a lot more spiciness than just his Twitter account. It seems that the hackers actually accessed his emails and have access to 20 years of emails from Matt Walsh. And the journalists who actually covered the story and found the hacker and contacted the hacker and talked to the hacker got banned off of Twitter today. So that stuff is pretty wild. There's a lot to that story. I will get to it in a little bit. So yeah. Have you talked about Moonbin yet? I just got Get. What the fuck is Moonbin? Is that like a cryptocurrency? What is that? It's a K-pop guy? A K-pop idol passed away? What? No, why would I talk about that? Rest in peace to Moonbin. What? But bro, Chatter came in here like and literally was like, "Oh, I hope I didn't miss you talking about Moonbin." Like as though this is something that I would talk about? Like what the fuck? I don't even know who or what that is. Careful, K-pop stands are insane. Wait, what are they gonna do? Get mad at me? I said rest in peace. I don't even know who this person was. I mean, that's pretty sad when like a young person fucking dies. Why would I be like pro that? You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking freak. Have you voted for the Trash Taste Awards? You were nominated 7 times for what? You did not show enough grief. K-pop fans are drone striking your house now. Fucking take me out of my misery. Ay. This Tucker Carlson interview sucks. It's like worse than I thought it was going to be.
The goal of new Twitter is to be as fair and even-handed as possible. So not favoring any political ideology, but just being fair at all.
Why doesn't Facebook do this? I know that Zuckerberg has said, and I take him at face value, that he, I do actually in this way, that he is a kind of old-fashioned liberal who doesn't like to censor. He has, but he, like, why wouldn't a company like that take the stand that you have taken, which is pretty rooted in American traditional political custom, for free speech?
My understanding is that Zuckerberg spent $400 million in the last election, nominally in a get-out-the-vote campaign, but really fundamentally in support of Democrats. Is that accurate or not accurate?
That is accurate. Yes.
Does that sound unbiased to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Mark Zuckerberg famously loves liberalism in general. Dude, what are you talking about? Look at results, man. I thought you were a results-oriented motherfucker. Literally the most right-wing website. Still worse than Twitter. Like, Twitter looked at Facebook and was like, how can we be more like Facebook? He's just jealous. He's on Tucker Carlson's show trying to talk shit about Mark Zuckerberg and be like, oh, he's actually a liberal. Please don't use his platform if you want to do right-wing conspiracies. Please use mine instead. Don't use his platform to do Nazi pedophile stuff. Twitter is now the #1 Nazi pedophile website. I will unban you as long as you say you were unjustifiably banned because of libtards. Libtards, I say. 9gag. Omega Troll, epic. Epic meme. I did it. Please. Look at my deformed penis.
So you don't see hope that Facebook will approach this as a non-aligned arbiter? You've allowed Donald Trump back on Twitter. He hasn't taken you up on your offer because he's got his own thing.
Right.
Do you think he will go back on Twitter?
Well, that's obviously up to him. My job is to, I take the freedom of speech just very seriously. So it's I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I actually voted for Biden. Not saying I'm a huge fan of Biden, because I think that would probably be inaccurate. But we have difficult choices to make in these presidential.
He unironically loves Elon Musk. No, he doesn't. There's 0% chance. No, excuse, he just loves whatever fucking 12-year-olds love. Okay, he's like, oh man, dude, he's so funny, dude.
Elections. It's not.
No shot. I don't even fucking believe that. I don't even believe that he loves Elon Musk. No
I would
fucking
prefer,
shot.
frankly, that we put someone, just a normal person, as president. Yep. A normal person with common sense, and whose values are smack in the middle.
I swear, last year you were sucking off Elon so hard. You mean when I had his baby mama on the broadcast and directly shit on him with his baby mama Grimes on the broadcast? Is that, you think I was sucking Elon Musk off last year when I had the mother of 2 of his children on this broadcast sitting right there? Bro, Chatter's living a totally different universe. You know what I mean? Like, my haters live in a different plane of existence. They're like, sorry, my bad. I actually just did a astral projection into your fucking planet. And I was just thinking about the other universe that I came from, where you were actually sucking off Elon Musk last year. Might be
all of the country, just set over the normal distribution, and I think that would be great. I think we have made maybe being president.
So the headline.
Twitter was absurdly overstaffed. Elon Musk tells Tucker his trajectory is depressing as hell. Things are getting weird fast. All right.
And here so far is that before Elon Musk bought it, Twitter wasn't so much a social media site as a honey trap operated by global intelligence agencies, including our own. One of the very
Yeah, I hate when I'm honey trapped by the FBI or the CIA to fucking go and do January 6th over and over again.
first things Elon Musk did was fire all the spies who worked at Twitter. Then he fired a lot of other people too, including the entire PR department, the HR department, and a lot of other useless baggage who weren't helping the company do anything worth doing. And what happened next? We asked him.
Meant a shrinking pie, obviously, for most of the traditional media companies, and made them more desperate to get clicks, to get attention, and it just made them when they were in sort of a desperate state, they will then tend to really push headlines that get the most clicks, whether those headlines are accurate or not. So it's resulted, in my view, I think most people would agree, a less truthful, less accurate news. Because they just got to get a rise out of people. And I think it's also increased the negativity of the news because I think we humans instinctually respond more to I think we have an instinctual negative bias, which kind of makes sense in that, like, if like, let's say, like, it's more important to remember where was the lion or where was the tribe that wants to kill my tribe than where is the bush with berries.
Yes.
Like, one's like a permanent negative outcome, and the other is like, well, I might go hungry. So, meaning like there's an asymmetry in sort of involved asymmetry in negative versus positive stuff. And also historically, the negative stuff would have been quite proximate, like it would have been near, represented a real danger to you as a person if you heard negative news. Because historically, like a few hundred years ago, we're not hearing about what negative things are happening on the other side of the world or on the other side of the country. We're hearing about negative things in our village. Things that could actually have a bad effect on you. Whereas now we're hearing about, the news very often seems...
I see why XV likes him. They talk exactly the same, pretty much. English is his first language, by the way. So, like, I don't know why the fuck... At least XQC is like, Quebec or French, right? Like, this motherfucker's first language is English. What's going on here?
Seems to attempt to answer the question, what is the worst thing that happened on Earth today?
The funniest part about this is, like, at least like Jordan Peterson and all these like fucking podcast bros, they are decent orators. Yes, they ramble incessantly, endlessly on dumb shit. They make it seem like they're pondering on things that, you kind of intrinsically understand, but they make it seem like there's confusion there. Like women working side by side, men in the workplace. Like, well, we don't know. We don't know if it'll work well. It's like, yeah, we do, man. What the fuck? We're aware, right? Elon can't even do that. He just can't. He's not even skilled enough as an orator to be able to deliver the dumb, banal bullshit as though it's like super thought-provoking. In the same way that Jordan Peterson can, at least. You know what I mean? All these guys do is basically signal at a different frequency that it's almost like a dog whistle for the dumbest dudes on the planet. Okay? For some reason, I don't know what it is, but when these motherfuckers talk, the dumbest people go, oh, brilliant. Fucking brilliant, dude. Oh my God, he's so good.
And you wonder why you're sad after reading that, you know?
Do you read any legacy media outlets?
I mean, I really get most of my news from Twitter at this point. It is the number one news source, I think, in the world.
It is. It is, unfortunately, and you fucking ruined it. God, the trending tab is so dog shit. He took the trending tab and just eviscerated it, dude. Put his fucking weirdly shaped penis all over that goddamn trending tab. No, Twitter is profoundly important in news aggregation. I use it as a primary resource. And now my primary resource for news and content aggregation has turned into a sequence of like Fight Haven videos where it's like equal rights and equal left for this bitch. And it's like always a woman getting absolutely destroyed by like a group of dudes just getting fucking pummeled on. Like, I don't want to see that. Or like, you know, this traffic stop turned into a gunfight. Is it because you engage with that shit? No, man. I don't engage with any of that shit.
World at this point.
What percentage of your staff did you fire at Twitter? One of the great business stories of the year.
I think we're about 20% of the original size.
So 80% left.
Yes.
Here, you want to hear something funny? This is going to be an unpopular thing to mention because Twitter is supposed to represent liberalism. But this very same man, Tucker Carlson, quite literally said, I would rather make it illegal for technology and technological innovations to make driverless trucking because you would be firing a gigantic swath of the worker base in this country, and then they would kill themselves. But remember, when it's Twitter and it's like the they, them, non-binary, gay libtards working at Twitter, when they get fired, Tucker's like, haha, profound business decision. No, it's bullshit jobs. It's just a job. It's bullshit. Most jobs are bullshit. Okay?
So
I mean, a lot of people voluntarily.
Sure. But it's 80% are gone from the day you took over.
That's correct, yes.
So how do you run the company with only 20% of the staff?
It turns out you don't need all that many people to run Twitter.
But 80%? That's a lot.
Yes. I mean, if you're not trying to run some sort of glorified activist organization and you're not.
Bitch, there are components that you fired that actually were working the goddamn site. That's why the site fucking falls apart pretty much every fucking week. That's why the trending tab is completely gone. You literally reduced some of the functions of the website. Why is no one being like, okay, let's talk about the trending tab. Okay, that was a component of the website. You have now relegated that to the algorithms. That's why whatever is always, it's also fucking dumbass cryptocurrency trending on my trending tab. Like, you took away a lot of components. Search is broken, yeah. Search also is broken. Moderation is dog shit. Like, these are important. These are important components of a website that you just took down. So there are certainly elements of the website that he made worse. Your selfie pic doesn't even show on your timeline for me, but the tweet is still there. Anyway.
care that much about censorship, then you can really let go of a lot of people, it turns out.
How many others, without naming names, but how many, I had dinner with somebody who runs a big company recently who said, I'm really inspired by Elon. And I said, the free speech stuff? He goes, no, the firing the staff stuff. Yeah. How many other CEOs have come to you?
Dude, this is what I'm saying. It's like, Big Homie is like talking about firing people with glee and talking to other wealthy business owners who want to fire their staff with glee.
To talk about this.
I spend a lot of time at work, so it's not like I'm meeting with...
This is not the workings of a man who is pro-worker, I would say, you know? But we knew that already. But still, it's like, if you're pro-worker, if you're pro-business, why the fuck are you, like, you know, excited at the prospect of, like, another rich guy that you were talking to who was equally excited at, like, fucking firing 80% of their workforce? You know? So weird. I thought this guy loved, you know, labor rights, labor protections, working. Like, if Elon was talking about the top of the hour ad break and how he loves serving it, I would laugh. I would be gleeful in my coverage of it because I love serving it to you at the top of the hour. And then I love telling you that if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5, or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of that. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Yeah, we're going to talk about this in a second. The Wired journalist banned from Twitter for reporting on hack of anti-trans activist Matt Walsh. The Raging Hoppa, thank you for the 10 gift the subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. B. Dabio, thank you for the 5 get the subs. Allowing 15 total people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Also, Elon literally fucking fired all these people. Bro, even the app has you in their mind free. Wait, what? Kick.com. So this is where that 50-50 is going. Louis Vuitton Everyday Crew Neck. Stone Island Gabardine Cargo Pant. Custom Air Forces. Banning your streamer, #1 streamer, priceless. Custom DX Racer. Hassan Piker Briefs resale. I mean, that's a pretty funny meme, not gonna lie. It's like weird that they're, you know, they added me onto it, but Savage Enough at Mr. Beast. Bro, Train, even on the memes, you're his favorite streamer, bro. It ain't weird. I just don't, I mean, dude, I am literally, I'm definitely not the #1 streamer on the platform, but I am the #1 streamer on the minds of like all of these motherfuckers. I swear to God. But it is funny. This is a funny, tweet. Weird that, like, you know, I'm always catching strays.
With lots of people, they see what actions I've taken, but I think we just had a situation at Twitter where it was absurdly overstaffed. You know, so it wasn't. You know, like you look at, say, like, what does it really take to operate Twitter? You know, most of what we're talking about here is a group text service at scale. Like, how many people are really needed for that? You know. And if you look at the, you say, like, what has been the product development over time with Twitter, and you like, so, like, you know, years versus product improvements, and it's like a pretty flat line. So what are they doing? You know, it took a year.
Okay, so why do you need a CEO then? Why is he there? To be fair, he did fire the CEO, which was kind of based. I mean, that's definitely like, you know, a person that's just like eating away at the funds for no fucking particular reason.
to add an edit button that doesn't work most of the time. I mean, I feel like there's a comedy situation here, you know. You're not making cars, you know. It's very difficult to make cars or get rockets to orbit. So, you know, the real question is like, how did it get so absurdly overstaffed? This is insane. So.
You also
anyway,
earn more than 80 to 90% of people in the world that mine. We should have to hate you. You also earn more than 80 to 90% of people in the world that mine. We should have to hate you. Wait, what? I'm confused. You're crying over Twitter topic from like 6 months ago. Just delete Twitter, dude. You just clearly don't understand algorithm. Just delete Twitter, dude. You sound so dumb and cringe because every second person is saying same. Do something different. Just don't watch, dude. You are just burn your blood. Change topic. Don't burn your blood, buddy. What does burn your blood mean? Why are you so mad? You guys only talked about Twitter since the day Elon bought it. Yeah, he's been coming in here defending Twitter. It's basically Prime membership of Twitter. It seems like you're mad, brother. Not me. Time to take your meds, chatter. Mr. Twitter Prime member.
Than ever. We've increased the responsiveness of the system by, in some cases, over 80%. We're trying to make Twitter the most trusted place on the internet, the least untrustworthy place on the internet. I don't think anyone should trust the internet, but maybe we can make Twitter the least untrustworthy. Like I said, try to get the truth to the people as best we can.
When Elon Musk.
Bro, I can't watch the rest of this. I thought there was some good shit in here. It's so whack. Here, we'll just show this part. Any guesses as to what Elon means by civilization here? I have one.
The urge to have sex and to procreate is, after breathing and eating, the most basic urge.
Yes.
How has it been subverted?
Facts.
Well, it's just in the past we could rely upon simple limbic system rewards
Yes.
in order to procreate. But once you have birth control and abortions and whatnot, now you can still satisfy the limbic instinct, but not procreate.
Yeah, totally. That's why back in the day, people were not doing any birth control whatsoever. There were famously no abortions. Bro, abortions have basically just like medicalized something that has been happening for a very long time. Okay? The notion that people don't want to fuck no more is not true. They just don't want to fuck you, Elon. That's why you have to offer people horses after showing them your weird ass shaped penis. What is this? A Wired editor is asking the people who hacked Matt Walsh's Twitter account to send him the stolen contents of his private DMs. Isn't this illegal and in violation of the Twitter TOS? Reposting this with the hacked details redacted in the screenshot. Actually, it appears Elon Musk most likely took advice from this other guy this time who directly snitch tagged. That's wild. Elon Musk over here is like, Twitter is incredibly important for free speech and journalism and sharing of the truth. Also, Elon Musk, stopping journalists from doing journalism. Stopping journalists from doing a journalism while they're in the process of doing a journalism is funny. Exclusively because the victim or the target of said journalism in this circumstance is someone who he likes and appreciates and agrees. I don't know. Leaking DMs, though, is kind of sketchy in my opinion. He shouldn't have said it like that. 100%. But the notion that, like, being able to reach the hacker who hacked Matt Walsh and, like, trying to get a better assessment of what they're doing and covering that as a news story is just normal fucking journalism, okay? And also, there's 0% chance that person was going to go along and fucking straight up leak uninterrupted DMs from Matt Walsh, like hacked material like that. There's no way. I mean, it'd be interesting, let's say, if that did happen. However, that's not how that works. Let's finish this goddamn thing between Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson. And then I'll do the Jeremy boring part. Hold on, I got to pee real quick.
So it might be there. In physics, they call it sort of the Fermi paradox. After when Enrico Fermi was an amazing physicist, asked the fundamental question: where are the aliens?
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me, where are the aliens? And I think if anyone would know about aliens on Earth, it would probably be me.
I would think.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with space stuff, and I've seen no evidence of aliens. So I would immediately tweet it out. This says split second. That would be like one all time. Probably the top tweet of all time. I found one, guys. It's a jackpot. Some 8 billion likes, Next level jackpot if you find the aliens. Like, I don't think they're keeping this under, and it was like some general, I think in the 60s, who where they were saying, like, show us the aliens, like Area 51, etc. And he said, like, listen, we're constantly trying to get the defense budget to expand. And you know what would really get no arguments from anyone? If we pulled out an alien and said, we need money to protect ourselves from these guys. How much money do you want? You got it. They look dangerous. So the fastest way to get a defense budget increase would be for me to pull out an alien, We were like, yeah. I mean, there could be the invasion fleet could be arriving any minute. Who knows? So, so I digress. But
you were saying that our consciousness makes us unique in the universe as far as we know, and that we take it for
I'm not saying that we are.
Okay, fuck this.